Hope you're having a good day. This time we're going to Japan for the inspiration for this little sweet treat, which is my take on the traditional Japanese sweet Mitarashi Dango, which is 3 to 5 rice balls which are boiled and then skewered onto a bamboo pole and then covered with a sweet soy sauce glaze. So I've actually had these before when I was living in Japan. They're a bit of an acquired taste, kind of sweet and salty, not something we have in the West. As it's kind of hard to get the ingredients for the traditional rice balls, I've adapted this to be a kind of Western recipe, so we're doing Mitarashi Doughnuts. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible, so for the donuts we're going to be using Emma's Goodies recipe, which I'll show here. This is her 2-ingredient donut recipe which uses just self-raising flour and yogurt. So I've tried this a few times off camera in my own little projects, and I decided to bring it to the channel with this little bit of a twist. So for this recipe we're going to start by mixing 140 grams of self-raising flour with 190 grams of yogurt. Then you're going to mix that together until it forms a smooth paste. Different flours have different hydration rates, it's all to do with their protein content. So if when you mix yours together it's still a little bit dry, just add a splash of water and give it a mix. You want it to be nice and sticky and tacky. This is the kind of texture we're looking for. If your dough is too thick, it's hard for the baking powder in the self-raising flour to puff the dough up. As the carbon dioxide expands, it's like pushing against a really tight elastic band. So we want a little bit of a smoother dough so we get a nice puff in our donuts. Once we've mixed our dough together, I've got a little change from Emma's recipe. So I oil my hands and then roll the donuts into little balls, instead of piping it directly into oil like Emma does. I think this just gives us a rounded donut and I think it's a bit easier to do. I then set the donuts on some parchment paper while I was bringing the oil in my Dutch oven to a low heat. I did a few different experiments with cooking these donuts and I found that you kind of want to do them slowly. If you do them too fast, the outside browns and goes crispy and then it will kind of explode as the inside tries to push its way out. So you want to do it kind of slow. It'll take about 2 minutes this way and it will eventually go a nice golden brown colour. And at the lower temperature it's not so much of a mad dash to get them in and out of the pan. So it's a bit safer this way, you don't want to be rushing when you're using hot oil. So once I finished cooking the donuts, I put them on some paper towel to cool and drain, and then I got started on the sauce. So I looked around for a lot of different recipes for this, and I found that a lot of them used quite a lot of soy sauce, and this just made it taste way too strong. So in my recipe I've only gone for 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, as this kind of gave a sauce that was more similar to the one I had when I was in Japan. So for my final recipe I'm using 240 grams or 1 cup of water, 100 grams or half a cup of white sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then I'm going to add 2.5 tablespoons of corn flour or cornstarch, mixed with 2.5 tablespoons of water. You want to mix these together before you add them to the sauce, otherwise it's going to be a little bit lumpy. So I just added in that corn flour mixture and then simmered it over a low heat until it became thick. Initially it wasn't as transparent as I wanted it to be, but after cooking for a little bit the corn flour dissolves and you get that nice glossy, smooth, shiny finish. And then once I had the donuts and the sauce ready, I started plating them up. So to plate these up it's really simple. You just want to take some kind of skewer, and the traditional way is bamboo skewers, but whatever you've got is fine. And you just want to skewer through 3 to 5 donuts. So traditionally I think 5 is the one to go for. If you go to like a Japanese convenience store it's normally 3 or 4. So kind of whatever size you want, it doesn't really matter. So you just want to skewer them on and then you want to cover it with the glaze, and I am so stupid because I covered up this best shot. This is like the money shot, the shot of the video, the glaze going over the donuts, and my hand was in the way. So I remember next time, always think about where the camera is. Either way, there's a couple of good shots in there, you can kind of see the sauce going on, and this is so satisfying to do. You can kind of just move it around, like you can play with it forever. It just dribbles and glosses everywhere. It's great. So just for the last thing here, I'm going to show you the inside of the donuts. This really shows how good Emma's recipe is. Just 2 ingredients and you get a texture like that inside your donuts. This is definitely one of those recipes that I'm saving for use later on. So thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be back again next week with 2 more videos. I might go for this kind of style again. I've got another Genshin Impact video that I want to do. You guys may have seen from Tuesday's video. I said I was going to make the monster hash browns today, but I had no potatoes. So yeah, couldn't do it. So next week I'm probably going to do that one, get around to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And there's going to be like a sweet chili tomato jam with it, which I'm excited to make. But I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. These kind of 1-minute shorts tend to do quite well on YouTube, but we also want to give some more context to what I'm making. So this is kind of why I'm trying this new style here, where I talk and then play the 1-minute short on the side as well. If you enjoyed this video and haven't already, please consider subscribing so you can see all the rest of my content. Thank you very much for watching.